Yes, people, welcome to Never Foul. If you've never been here, make sure you smash the like button just because you're nice like that. And also, if you haven't done so, subscribe or give it a chance at least. That's the first, obviously, 10 seconds of me talking about any shit. But yes, we like to swear on it sometimes. But we're joined by Kunle from Tunnel TV. If you've never seen it, great reactions.
Well.
Yep, there's a lot of that in there. We got Josh, a Villa fan, a view from the stands. If you stay here long enough, you'll see that he's got a show coming up in an hour. And then we got Wab Sports in here, man like Joey, who was bigging up earlier on previous show, man. And then obviously myself and Daps. But we're going to be talking about Arsenal's interest in Joao Felix, which is come up again. Second link that's just come out about it, which is interesting. We'll talk about it. Aston Villa, are they coming for the top three? Liverpool, watch out. Since most people are putting Liverpool as that third spot. So we'll talk about it. Josh. Your team's making all the moves, so we got to put you on the pedestal right now. If you want to play with the big boys, let's do this. And then obviously Spain versus England final tomorrow, which we can talk about towards the end. But how are we all doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Is that
now, my people. It's your dark-skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, tonight you go understand. I'm coming your side soon as well, man. Watch this space.
Happy birthday, by the way, for the other day. I just remembered. Happy birthday. Looked like you had a good day. Bro, you got a lot. One thing I will say is you get a lot of love. A lot of love. I was seeing all the people hollering you with happy birthday and that. Bro, away from YouTube, you must be quite a likable person still.
Yeah, away from YouTube, yeah. On YouTube is a whole different state, fella.
No, when you over? We'll see it over soon, yeah?
Yeah, I'm coming in on the 21st of this month. Oh, shit, I probably shouldn't have said that. But yeah, I'm coming in this month.
How long for?
I'll be total will be 6 weeks, but I've got a couple of trips in the middle of it.
Yeah. Well, I'm away for a bit, but we'll definitely 100% hook up.
You can come up here, bro.
Yeah, you can come up
here. Yeah, you come up. I'll go just go see you. Yeah. But yeah, man, that's Arsenal's interest in Joao Felix. I think we might be. I'm not too sure about these lot on here, but I think us two might be the only ones on this panel that actually like him, but in a different role.
Yeah,
we're still sold off of that tournament a couple years ago.
That one performance in that World Cup in the second half against Switzerland.
I think it was Switzerland or something.
Where he played in a deeper role, and I was mad impressed. But I was even impressed with him at Chelsea. Yeah, you got to remember he was at Chelsea during probably one of the worst periods of Chelsea. It was like the period where Chelsea were basically on the beach for the whole period because they knew a new manager was coming. They knew new owner, a load of new players came in. But I watched Joao Felix in those games and I watched him play do you know what it was a bit like, in fact? It was a little bit like Foden with England, yeah? And I don't mean last game Foden where everything clicked, but before where Foden's finding pockets of space or Foden's playing balls to players and then expecting the ball back, but the players not returning the ball back, or Foden's making a run and people... I saw Joao Felix doing a lot of that at Chelsea during that period where almost it felt like he was too intelligent for the players around him, right? I think Joao Felix is a very, very good player. I think most people have, but maybe recently people have just had enough because it's like, yeah, thought it was good, but how many chances can a guy get and just not? But I like him. I think he's been misprofiled.
All right. Can I respond?
I think he is. Do you know what? I think Joao Felix in a 10 role or maybe even a bit deeper.
Do you know what? That's like the issue I have with Joao Felix is he's like, in my experience, when you keep having to make loads of excuses for why a player's not performing, maybe the player just ain't it. He went to Atletico, they said he picked the wrong coach. He came to Chelsea, did 1-2 touches and controlled the ball. They're like, oh, he's going to fit in perfectly here. He didn't do anything at Chelsea. Yeah, he had a good couple touches and got sent off in his first game, but he actually did not do anything but flashes of flair like we've always seen. He then goes to Barcelona, the club he wants to go to, and they're already ready to offload him. Like, when is it too much?
But that's
when is it too much?
It's not offloading him. Barcelona's not offloading him. He was on loan to Barcelona. So he's still at Atletico Madrid.
But they're picking to spend money elsewhere than spend it on Joao Felix.
But you got to remember, bro, because around Joao Felix, like if it wasn't for that death row contract, the wage he is on, and the fact that not many people want to pick up that wage, I also think if we're doing that, went to Barcelona, didn't really do too well there. Bro, the amount of people we could be putting in that bracket over the last 5-6 years is so many people have gone there expecting.
But where has he gone and done well, Daps? That's my issue. Atletico, Chelsea, Barcelona.
I hear you. I do hear you, bro. I still think there's a baller in there. And if I was an Arsenal, I understand. Look, right now, what you lot want is you don't want any more risks. Yeah. But I do think Joao Felix with, like, say, Odegaard, Joao Felix, that can work. That can work all day long for me. But
you know what? You're looking at like an 8 that can play left wing and Eze, right? Kunle, I swear.
I don't like him as a winger.
So I'm not too sure about Joao Felix on the wing for me either. But I look at it like, I think you can get it for a cut. You know, when you talk about squad depth in itself, anyways, like that's what we've been told a couple times is a squad depth. I think you can pick him up for cheap. I think at this moment of time, I heard that he's like, I don't know what his attitude's like. I don't know anything along them. Like, all I know, he gets taken for a joke, man, and people love his girl off, innit? Like, you know what I'm saying?
His girl.
Yeah.
I can't
remember.
The best thing he did at Chelsea was that advert that he hates sports.
Pedro Porro.
Mm-hmm.
That's even worse. The guy's bare short as well. Allow it. But what's it called? I'm no offense, but I'm just saying, like, I think he could be a good profile for what you need potentially. If let's say Odegaard's, out, then maybe Joao Felix fits in. Maybe you can if Jesus was to leave, how do you feel in those boots that can play across the front?
I think one thing I would be clear is if what you are looking for is goals, I don't necessarily.
I don't. It's not goals.
If you man are after goals, I wouldn't be. I hear you on that. I hear you on that. I wouldn't be. I don't think.
But if I saw Declan Rice in a 6 and I saw Felix and Odegaard, I thought like, oh. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's different.
I think like that the only place he could play for me for Arsenal is that like left wing position that like Trossard Martinelli occupies. Like if you were gonna move on from say Trossard, then I could see it making sense. But outside of that, for me, he doesn't fit anywhere else in like the way that you guys want to play. In a left 8, you guys would get torched. Like
absolutely cooked, bro. If we're chasing the game, we need goals. Last 20 minutes.
Kai Havertz all over again in the left 8. Like you guys already saw it one time, and at least Kai Havertz has a little bit of like physical nature to him. Yeah, like he's just not it. Like in that left forward position, I could totally see it though. Like at least that's like the only position I could see it in.
And that's you stretching, Web. That's what I'm saying. That's you stretching the thing. Like at the end of the day, I'm not debating is he talented. We're not debating whether he's talented or not. He's clearly talented, but for some reason, since that hype that he built in Portugal, he's not been able to replicate anywhere else.
Arteta likes to try, fix these guys. It's like trying to turn a housewife. A hoe into a housewife. Yeah, it's like
the way you struggle to get that sentence is how he probably struggled at Arsenal, bro.
Cass is out here trying to turn a hoe into turn a housewife into a hoe. Clearly,
I've done it before. So
he's trying to turn from a hoe to a. Oh no, sorry, another stream.
Yeah. What are you saying on this, Josh, man? You're quite quiet. Don't think you can just lurk in the background?
Well, I don't understand why he didn't do the Joao Felix link to Aston Villa stream a couple of days ago, because we've also been linked with him. And Unai Emery is a keen admirer of him. Apparently the same thing. And I'll be honest, the first thing I thought when we were linked to Joao Felix, and I came across a bit of strong originally, I said he's washed already. And it's harsh to say to a 24, 25-year-old that he's washed already. But my problem with him is twofold. I don't think anyone knows his dominant position.
Facts.
So where is he actually?
Everyone has an idea of where they'd like to play him, but no one knows a confident position.
Yeah, I do.
But that's my thing, right? Managers don't quite know how to lock him down and say, own this position. And I always find if you want to be known as one of the best, if you want to go on and create, big stats, you have to lock down a position in world football straight away. Number two, the trajectory, whether it's his fault or not, whether it's the clubs who can't afford him or can afford him, the fact that no club has gone out there, Chelsea and Barcelona, the fact neither of them have gone, we like you so much, we're willing to pay the money we need to bring you back to our club. We've experienced you for half a season alone at Chelsea, a full season at Barcelona. Barcelona saying they're not going to break the bank for him. And I just think him missing the penalties at the Euros almost epitomised where his career is at right now. The luck is running out. It's not really fallen his way. And he's going to be the unwanted man again this summer. I actually see him like he was a little bit last summer. The Barcelona loan deal was almost forced and pushed down. I actually think he could be the unwanted man again.
I can definitely see him going to your team, by the way. Especially with Diaby leaving, like I can definitely see him going that way.
Diaby's leaving.
Wait, Diaby's leaving?
Yeah, 60 million euros.
Saudi.
Who?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is
Saudi
Arabia
Arabia.
one season?
Oh my!
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
on
mate,
Saudi.
people
They
don't
doubled
really
up
like
on
money.
They literally doubled up
Yes,
on him in a year.
Yeah.
They spent 30 on him last year, and they got 60 for him this year.
Well, and he didn't even have that good a season. That's
Yeah,
mad.
he didn't really even-
Hey, Josh, you didn't
I don't
spend
understand
30 on
this.
him. Chill out.
I don't understand this. For a
Swear
first
to God,
season,
go
I
look
thought
it up.
Diaby was okay.
I swear to
30
God,
mil.
go look it up.
Yeah, it was all right, but it
It
wasn't
was
a
around
good season.
30 million.
Yeah, but he's still. Do people not get adaptation periods? He still hit over.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa,
30,
whoa, whoa,
40
whoa.
games,
No,
bro.
no, people don't get adapt. Bro,
What?
listen, this is not COVID.
Surely
where
they do
there's,
at Villa,
no,
though.
no, people don't get none of that no more,
Well,
bro.
he pushed
Not even at Villa.
Bailey.
What?
He
Not even
pushed
at
Bailey
Villa.
to another
I'd
level.
have to
He pushed
disagree with
Bailey to another level. That's what
Yeah, he
happened
did.
at Villa.
Yeah, he made
He pushed
Bailey come alive.
Bailey
Yeah,
to
yeah.
a
Agreed.
different
Listen,
player.
we saw the Bailey that we were expecting to see a season or two ago. 100%.
Yeah,
And this is why Villa fans are coming in and going, well, Bailey's first season basically was underwhelming.
Mhm.
Surely Diaby's going to come good next season. But my argument is I don't think we're ever going to see 50 to 60 million pounds for Moussa Diaby past this window. And the way that Aston Villa are operating under Unai Emery and Monchi is clearly we're going for these under 25 model, right? In a sense, we're getting young players in. We're going to have long contracts, and we're going to.
Everyone's copying Chelsea these days, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and all of a sudden, I think actually we will go, do you know what? We're not going to get this right again. Ta-da, Musa, let's go again. But if Joao Felix did come to us, I still would fit. Oh, of course.
Where would you play him, Josh? Where would you play him?
Yeah, and this is my thing. He either plays as the second striker behind Ollie Watkins. So we've got a Joao Felix.
Oh,
so
he'd be wicked. He'd be wicked.
Yeah, he won't
Yeah,
be
that would work pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So wait, hold on. Would your midfield be McGinn?
So your midfield,
Onana,
and Joao
Kamara, man.
Kamara.
And they have this kid Enzo who's pretty good too.
McGinn don't play
Enzo
centre mid no
Breccia.
more. McGinn's been used on the right and the left.
Germany.
McGinn-
We've not
I'll
heard of
tell you now,
Enzo.
McGinn-
It's not going to be a goal of mine.
Hey, I watched him I watched like 5 games of Frazone because I really liked Sule, the right winger for their team, and he's like that entire team was just built on loans, and the Breccia kid was pretty good in that team.
He's pretty special. But I think if Joao did come, we obviously play sort of like a 4
Joao now, yeah.
2 pivots. Well, Joao, yeah, he's coming on.
That's proper Chelsea.
I'd play 4, a double pivot, your 2 wide men, Watkins and a second striker. That second striker has been McGinn. It has been Yuri Tillemans. We probably, if we could upgrade on that, imagine going from a Tillemans or McGinn to actually Joao Felix, and he cooks in there, then wow. So look, I'll wait and see. But I think personally,
Are you in
we're
for
his we're genuinely linked to him.
They've been linked to him. Villa's been linked to him before Arsenal were.
You don't think that's the media because you lot are doing stuff?
Any move for
That's a
Felix
cold
is a
move.
loan.
That's
though.
a cold move.
Any Felix
for him.
Any move for Felix is a loan.
I think we're his backup. I think we're his last
Yeah, but
option.
I think
Let me
Felix, do you know what? I feel like
Joey, is that because of his contract?
I think
Yeah,
Felix maybe is at a point now where going to a club with less expectation might suit him. He's at that he's at that pivotal age right now, where if it doesn't come good in the next season
He's
or
on
two,
death row right now.
that's it.
Yeah,
No, but wait, Daps. Hold on. If and Josh, you correct me if I'm wrong. If you look after just on the back of getting Onana and then you get a Felix, is the expectation not going to change a little bit as you finish
I
third?
know you're thinking. I love your thinking.
Well, we're gonna talk on that.
We're gonna go. This is exactly.
You're gonna go where?
Yeah, you're on my wavelength. You're on my wavelength.
No. So let that wavelength.
Wait,
Go on, Josh.
Continue.
Tell us where you're going. Spill the beans.
Because I bloody love this. Finally, someone who I've been on screen with who's not anti-Villa, who can see where we go. Yeah, the expectation is for Aston Villa to finish in the top 4 again. Right?
Oh, no. Fuck top 4. You did that last season. We're not doing that.
Hey.
I don't know. You got to do it twice.
They've got to secure themselves as a top 4 team now. That give them another year.
No, I need to see that 3. Put them 3s up. Is that what you're saying, Josh?
Third place.
3's the magic number. 3's the magic number.
He's getting
Liverpool, you're hearing that?
Yeah, it's a
Listen,
shame.
but
They're
I
gonna
like
get
that.
slotted down, bro.
Think big. We have to, but a quick backstory on Felix as well. We were actually crazily linked with him last summer before his move to Barcelona. If you look at the reports, Joao Felix, this is the third window, summer, January this summer, and each time I think he's looked at us and gone, yeah, we're not Champions League fodder. He wants to play UCL, he wants to play Champions League, and he might go to work a little bit for Arsenal potentially and see if they want to come fishing for him. But if not, he'll probably then look at us. And as you said, I think he's got to get out of Spain. If no one's in Spain going to have him, he's got to get out of Spain, come to the Premier League again. But yeah, if he wants to come to us and be on our top 3 push, then all in.
I think, I'm not gonna lie though. I think the Arsenal should play their cards of this one as well, man. You lot want to get depth. This is your depth, man. Arsenal's allowed depth. You talk of, like you're getting rid of Emil Smith Rowe and all these, man. Upgrade your squad. Get the Champions League man that actually perform as well. Like, I'm not saying just because this is what I'm saying, because he failed somewhere else. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. He's gone into a shitty Barca regime. Yeah, not everyone's even cooking there. Not even the Pedris of the world mad cooking like that. Like, it's still a dysfunction in their squad a little bit. I'd say. I don't think it's balanced. It's becoming balanced. That's why they're looking at Nico Williams and stuff, because they need goals. Barcelona, I reckon. That's the whole idea. Like, he's gone into Atletico Madrid. You know, Simeone, he's clearly don't want to be doing doggy work. That's fine. But I mean, if you're going to go to someone like Unai Emery, the difference in the doggy work is there's a lot of chances that come with it as well. I think he starts pretty much straight away. But if he's Arsenal, he can become a part of a squad, maybe a title winning squad potentially as well. And obviously, again, at the same time, it's like, who's that guy that gives Ødegaard the rest? Because it's not Fabio Vieira and it's nobody else that I can think of that can really conduct a midfield. I reckon Felix is quite creative. I reckon not as much as Ødegaard, but I reckon he can do the conducting role to a T, in my opinion. He don't. Like, I saw it at Chelsea. He does all the nice stuff, but when it comes to finishing chances, obviously it's not that guy. Like, that's the way I look at it. Anyways,
he can't set the tempo of the game like Ødegaard, and
it's a difference. I hear you, but I reckon he could do.
But then it's
my questions to both of you then.
But those players that set tempo few and far between, bro.
Bro, I employ Scott fucking McTominay.
Bro, do you know what? I would take him. I'd take him as a squad player at City. I would.
And where would you play him?
I just said a squad player, bro.
Well, I mean, where would you play him when he comes on the pitch, bro? So
I think he could. I think he could do the Foden role easily. And I'm one of the rare ones. I'm one of the rare ones that does remember that game in the World Cup where in the second half he was playing in a lot deeper role, and I actually think he was very good. Game, bro. I think the guy has a very high football IQ, and when someone has a good football IQ, I think there is no. They can play as deep as you want them to. Obviously not a DM role, but they can play deep. So I would see him. I wouldn't say in an A. I do get that's probably every single game. Maybe not yet. Maybe as he gets older. But I would definitely see him as cover for Foden. And do you know what? Yeah, the fact he can play on the left as well, that's a bonus. I would take him at City as a squad player. I would.
He's more like an inside forward. It's an inside forward, though.
Yeah, inside, not as a winger, not as a doctor winger. Yeah.
And by the way,
really inside forward. He play winger.
This whole deal with him is like Atletico Madrid have him on like a death row contract. Every single time when he's going on
2029.
Yeah, every single time he goes on loan, he gets sent out. He gets a 1-year extension on top.
When did he
Atletico don't want to lose the value.
Oh, for real? Is that like he gets a 1-year extension?
That's how it happened at Chelsea. So when he came to Chelsea, he got a 1-year extension on top.
I remember that.
Is that because I was going to say?
I don't know if it happened at Barcelona. Don't quote me on that. I just know that's how it worked out at Chelsea.
That's disgusting.
That's literally
slavery.
They want like 100 million for this guy. They want their money back.
That's literally like having a record being contracted to a record label and then going, do you know what? Yeah, we're gonna let you release an album independently, but now you owe us 6 albums. Now you owe us 7 albums. So ultimately, like, that is mad. And
wait, did he sign no, Kaz,
was it 21?
There's a comment from Mustak. I don't know if I agree with it, but it's an interesting analysis.
Felix is a baller, that one.
Yeah.
Go on. What is it? Go on, read out.
It says Felix is a baller. Football is failing players like Felix. All these dusty youths want passion and desire merchants, and that's not completely wrong, you know. I hear it to an extent. That's not completely wrong, but the football doesn't suit that sort of player that doesn't necessarily press or track back and stuff like that. Like, maybe he just became a footballer in the wrong time, because I don't know, but I just think he's too much of a risk for us right now. We need
You have
people
to
that
have a less rigid coach for him to be successful. Like, he has to have the freedom to be able to drift into spaces. And it's very much like if you watch Xavi Simons, and like they're positionless. Like, regardless on how you could try to make up a position for them, and you could try to this inside space that they're going to take care of. But they're really positionless players in this day and age, unless you play true 10s. And like, not a lot of teams are playing true 10s anymore. And the true 10 is a free flowing position. You're supposed to be able to go in any one of these types of spaces and be successful. And that is just not the case anymore. That's just not part of football anymore. So it's just like it is, but there's only certain coaches that are doing it.
Without overthinking it, could it just simply be that Felix hasn't found a home where he's happy at? But we just put it really simplistic. The man just needs a home, because clearly he's in this stupid contract where he's locked down, chained in, imprisoned, right? Just needs
Josh has a dream, bro. Josh has a dream, bro. Josh,
I hear it. Josh, I hear it, but because at the end of the day, something I guess similar-ish happened with Odegaard. He came a little bit younger than Felix did, where he was shopped around. But the only difference is Odegaard's gone on loan to like Sociedad and kind of got people excited about the combination.
How much is wanted, though, man? How much is wanted for Joao Felix? That's the question. Like, what's the rumored price? Because they're not going to
get contracts are probably a lot.
30 million.
Yeah, that's one thing.
I think the hardest thing is, but the hardest thing
he'll be alone.
But the hardest thing is, Kunle, you're seeing the 30 million. 30 million doesn't sound bad, but Cass, what wage is he on? Because I'm pretty certain he's on a fucking high wage, right? And that's the thing that ultimately is.
He's not. Oh no, he's not. He's only on 3.4 million per year. Nothing.
Well, so what's that? Work that out. Divide that by 52.
I'm so impressed that you thought we know that.
Any Akanji's
divided by 56.
Like the way Kaz dropped that, like we know the calculation
it's not that high. Yeah, it's not that high, you know.
Yeah, he's not. He's not.
Cass, use Capology.
It's a misunderstood
contracts. Use Capology.
Yeah. He's not on a lot at all.
Yeah, he's not on that high. So
that's what I mean. Misunderstood profile, isn't it?
I don't think he's at 30. I don't think he's 30 million, guys.
I can't lie. If he's 30, the thing is, they probably would want to get rid if you don't want him. Don't get wrong, but if he's around an obligation to try and get him out of the contract, let's say he's between 30 and 40. What? I think
he'll be closer to 40 or 50.
Is he a level raiser though? Is he a level raiser? Honestly.
I think he levels. I think he might.
For your squad, he's a level raiser.
Yes and no. I think for my team, he raises the level of football. I think
no, but it is because we're looking at your squad and we're trying to. At the moment, what I'm hearing is all right. If you're looking for goals, he's not it. 100%, I would agree. Yeah, for you, man, to go and get him if you're asking after your number 9, if you ask after goals, 100%, it's not a level raiser. But if you are looking at someone to improve your squad, which is what I'm hearing Arsenal are trying to do, bro, he is an improvement on Vieira. He is.
Okay, but that's I hear you, but this is how I look at our summer.
40 million, that's not bad.
I hear you, but this is quickly, Josh. This is how I look at our summer, and this is why it might not matter to me if this gets done. I think we need the positions we need filling is number 9, competition for Saka, and an ideal partner from Declan Rice. If we manage to do those 3 things, and there's 30-40 million left over, I don't mind looking at a squad player like Joao Felix in that scenario. But if he's one of the 3, then I'm panicking because we don't need that position that whoever I don't even know his position, to be honest, but he doesn't fill any of those 3 positions I listed in the starting lineup. So I don't want him.
Yeah, I do hear you. But that's where I've been so far with, like, say, for example, City being linked with Dani Olmo. That I'm not mad at him as a player, but right now that is not what we need. So I'm saying the same. Go and deal with that Rodri, that 6'8" we need. Then, if we got some money left over, I'm not mad at doing that. But so I do hear you.
Yeah,
I do hear you. I just think, look, if he really is 30 to 40 million, like Villa should be looking at him.
This is the report I'm just reading.
United should be looking at him.
This is the report that I've just.
We should be.
Sorry.
Go on.
This is the report I'm just reading. Report from 2 Spanish outlets, Mundo Deportivo and Sport. They've both basically said, one of them saying that he's told Jorge Mendes he wants to leave before the 27th of July, and they've linked in as Aston Villa's option. But the next thing it comes out at is it says it needs to be a loan with a mandatory option to buy, so we could keep his salary from Atletico Madrid. So
that's nothing. His salary's not even high. That's light work.
So that again, if you do type in Joao Felix, Aston Villa on X, there's a load of Spanish media sort of linking us again. Now, again, I don't know if it's because of that Unai Emery forced link that they want to sort of put with his relation with him and how Unai is interested in him. But there is a little bit of whispers there. So clearly, clearly there is that sort of.
He makes your team play a lot better. I'm not gonna lie. He makes your team play way better. I don't. You know what it is? Yeah, it's stat merchants. This is what I mean. In today's football game, it's all about stats, right? People that just look at stats, I fucking hate them because you know what? That's the same man that look at Jack Grealish say, yeah, you know what? He's dog shit. How much GA did he get? Piss off, man. The guy could be Joao Felix can be he can do multiple roles in my opinion. I think he's misunderstood and not being used correctly as well. I don't give a damn, man. See when Chelsea had him, at that point. I know he didn't
have a goal scorer next to him.
Yeah,
he didn't have a goal scorer next to him.
Oh my god, the fucking chances he would create and the positions he would cook. He cooked at Chelsea. These men are.
That's why next to Ali Watkins, that shit would work. It really would work.
Yeah.
Cooked at Chelsea for sure. Kaz, you just said he cooked at Chelsea.
No, no. Overall play for that overall play, he done them.
No, like when you watch him though, Kun,
he's a silky player. He's like you know Alakan Thiago in his final years at Liverpool, where every time he went up that instead of just passing it straight.
You got to remember when he came in. Firstly, he had Lampard managing the team. Yeah. Secondly, he had like Enzo come in. Enzo was playing straight away. What him and Enzo supposed to strike up a relationship instantly like that? Yeah, they had no preseason, no nothing. And honestly, when I watched him, I just saw it looked like he was on a different page to other people. That's the way it looked to me. I do understand, and this is where I say, if Arsenal are after a goal scorer, I'm not convinced with him as a goal scorer.
Yeah,
I don't think he's clinical enough as a goal scorer.
That's what I would worry about, Kun. Yeah. That's exactly what I would worry about. I would worry about you going and getting him, and then you're thinking he's going to play one position, and then he's just backing up Havertz at striker. That would literally be the biggest worry for me.
Aston Villa is probably the perfect location. Probably for him at this point in time because Aston Villa's got goals in them. He'll get a few goals. He'll get Champions League as well. You know, he get rotate when he needs to. They've got enough goals in Leon Bailey, Watkins, and the rest of the crew. If I'm being honest, Tielemans.
I think ultimately, if he joins Arsenal, I think where Arsenal are right now.
Josh has a dream, bro. Josh has a dream.
Where Arsenal are right now, and where Arsenal's fans are right now, I think if he goes to Arsenal, they're going to be wanting goals out of him, right? Whether he's going there, whatever position he's going there, they're going to go, right, we need some more goals off the left. If you're going to be coming in over Trossard or Martinelli, we need goals. If you're going in the false nine, we need goals. So ultimately, I don't think for that reason, I think if Arsenal get a number 9, then him going in as a squad player there. But you're right. I think with Watkins, I think we've all just agreed Villa is the spot.
Yeah, I think it's the spot. You know what?
Yeah, Josh sold everybody. Sold everybody.
Big up M's, aka Football Locker Room. He says, big up cast in the panel. Repeat after me. Hashtag it's coming home. We're gonna talk about that as well, man, soon. But everyone that's in here, there's 500 of you in there. Please smash the like button. If you haven't done so yet, it's because you don't rate us. That's why.
Let me check.
That's right there. 122.
Yeah, that's shit.
That's shit.
122. There's nearly 500 in here. That means it should go
up
to at least 175 right now.
You're moving like Liverpool transfer window, man. It's not good enough. Like, come on,
smash the like if you want England to lose tomorrow. Watch how many people smash the like now.
And if you want to, but big up, man. But the next part, Josh, questions need answering. Aston Villa. Obviously, you said it just a little bit before. You know, you're the one making all the moves. You want the Joao Felixes of the world. You're trying to build a squad. I mean, I still think that Douglas Luiz one was a howler. But you know, if you've done your research, I'm not being funny. Look, my name's not Andre, mate. Like you've got him in now. So you got Peanut Merchant. He's probably the perfect kind of player for Emery. You know, what are you thinking on that? Talk to us, because you must be confident right now.
Look at him. Look at the smile on his face, bro.
Man. Listen, I thrive off this is what I thrive off. People who aren't seeing the Villa project from the outside. People who are telling me, and so when I look at that, that's all right. Look. I am getting sick and tired of hearing people tell me Unai Emery is a bottle job. Unai Emery can't do it consistently. Unai Emery can't do this. What I'm going to tell you is Unai Emery is going to do something that's going to make everyone wake up again this season and take note. Is he is going to get us to qualify for the Champions League again. Now, I know you guys have egged on to say third. Look, top four for me. You do it again, you're showing something. And I just believe the trajectory and projection are on. The way these owners and Monty and Nuno have gone about this transfer window early. Yes, we've had to be a bit cheeky to basically comply with PSR before the 30th of June, do some backhanders with Everton and Chelsea, and we found loopholes. And sometimes that stuff has to be done. But at the end of the day, we are moving big. We have a project. And I think the squad depth that we're building,
That's allow him, man. Allow him that.
The squad depth that we're building will compete. We're going to bin off the Carabao Cup. We're going to bin off the FA Cup. We're going to make sure we get top four.
Huh? Josh,
don't you dare, Kunle. Don't you dare, Kunle.
I'm not. Hey, Dabs, I'm not Arteta. I don't like all that rubbish that he's doing.
Don't you dare.
But look, Josh, I was with you. I was all the way with you until you started talking about bidding off trophies and all that stuff. Look, I don't like that. My manager's done it. I hate it. I think every competition should be competed with. But my vision for Emery at Villa is I said it like when he got signed, he came to you lot. I said no matter what, he will definitely win a trophy at Aston Villa. I don't know which one it will be. It definitely won't be the Prem or anything like that, but he'll win a trophy at Villa. And I can see him getting into that 4th, 5th position on a regular basis. I don't see you pushing on beyond there with him, but that's great for you lot.
Did you just put 5th in there? He's not aiming 5th. Yeah. He don't want 5th.
But I'm saying they'll be in that the season he wins the trophy. The season he wins the trophy, he doesn't win.
Kunle, Josh just told you they're moving big.
Could be Champions League next year, by the way.
They get
big, bro.
The season he wins the trophy, they don't get into the top 4. That's
Trojan condoms, bro. Come on, Josh. I was saying.
Yeah. But listen, you have to be real, Kunle, right? We can't compete on all 4 trophies right now. That's fine. I said right now.
Neither can Arsenal. It's fine.
But what we have to do is have to be realistic. And Villa fans hated this, and people are going to hate you for saying it. But we have to prioritise the Champions League and the Premier League. Well, Premier League's number 1. Okay, so we have to be able to field that same 11 consistently in the Premier League. My big theory is, and always has been, the team that plays the most consistent 11 throughout the season goes on to be successful. If you're mired with injuries, if you're mired with that, you flop. It's as simple as that. So for me, the reason why Villa were so successful is that we were able to play near enough a good 11, consistent 11 for most of last season. I'm praying, and what we did find out is because of Spurs' massive Spursy flip up, right, a flop. That's how we almost got top 4, because our squad depth got hammered from about February to May. We were relying on kids like John Duran, Timmy Rigmanam, Kane Kessler-Hayden, like literally nobodies were sat on our bench week in, week out and weren't even getting minutes. So now when we come in with your Ross Barkleys as a bit of squad depth,
not saying it's... I like him. I like that.
Yeah.
Signing.
Oh wait, he's gone Villa, yeah?
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
So we've got
already
as well. You know, I like Ross Barkley still.
So
here we go and all that, Josh.
But you actually now deep in it. No, you got Ross Barkley, Joao Felix. It is like you are a homeless shelter for people that just want a home.
Hey, we're all about loving. We're all about loving, giving people a chance in life and letting them
I think Ross Barkley needed that one last chance.
Correct.
If Jimmy was on this show, if Jimmy was on this show right now, I know he's listening. He's gonna listen to this back, and he's gonna be howling.
I do like Ross Barkley signing. I like Ross Barkley still.
I've told you, Chelsea fans. Oh wow, they even before the season started, listen to Don and Chaz and a few of these boys hyping up a team, right? Who We finished twice. We finished 2 seasons above them now. They were talking like Chelsea were going to do big things. I need to see Chelsea back up. I'm not here to talk about Chelsea as much, but with Jimmy and that,
small fish to you. You're moving big now.
Yeah, they're small fish.
Small fish.
Exactly. They're just
I'll let you keep talking. I'll let you keep talking.
No, but what I'm saying is, I feel like right. So people could say you could do Newcastle this season. You could go and do a Newcastle this season. We ain't doing a Newcastle because of our manager, and that is where I will die on a sword on. That we have an elite manager, an elite level coach.
Look what top 4 does to a brother, man. Hey, Josh, you're a new guy, bro. I always like Josh. But you're a brother. Top 4's got you doing a madness, bro. Top 4 looks good on you. I can't lie, bro. I'm enjoying
it. Man's literally just said, fuck the Saudi owners. We're on big things.
We're on big things, bro. Bigger things, bro.
Fuck Todd B and fuck that Saudi lot.
We're on. Guys, have you seen Another Hood? The movie Another Hood.
Do you know who our owners are?
My man goes to his mum. I'm on bigger things, mum. It's like,
oh yeah. K. I like K.
You mean bigger things? Big up, Josh.
Wes Edens, Nassi Suarez. They're rich than people think as well. This is why I say people need to look on the outside. Don't look inside in Villa and see really what's happening there. But
just thank Jack Grealish. He started all this.
And Steven Gerrard.
To be paid.
Yeah,
he did. To be fair. But I feel like I can actually talk with Chess this season about Villa, and I'm going to talk with Chess. And if I get it wrong and I look an idiot, I'm happy to. But I've got a lot of belief in Unai Emery. Genuinely, like I trust.
Enjoy the ride. I'm with you. But one thing you hope the Villa fans don't do is give Emery expectations, because we know how he struggles with expectations. So just enjoy the ride, bro.
Well, can I just ask a question? So you're thinking top 4. You're thinking top 4 again. That's what the aim
top
is.
3 now.
Yeah, top 3.
And then let's FA Cup, Carabao Cup. You're too big for them now. You're parking them off. Like, been there, done that. Got the t-shirt, all that.
I did it last season, basically.
But champion, basically. But Champions League. What you said, like, so. Where are you thinking you're going the Champions League?
Out.
Further than Newcastle did.
Further than Newcastle and Man United. But yeah. Just remember them as well. Yeah. But yeah, so so we will be, you will see Aston Villa in the 9th to 24th playoff when that league is with that massive table.
The new league.
No, you really deeped it as well.
The new league format.
I worked out from the calculation. But yeah, when
he's ready. Josh is ready. Josh is ready.
Josh, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, go on. Continue. Go on. And then what? Continue.
And then who knows? Quarterfinals Champions League. Here we come, baby.
No, you're going out.
Oh,
respectfully, Josh.
That's where us and you got to last year, Kunle. So he's saying, yeah, we can do what City and Arsenal did. While also
he's on bigger things, Daps. Obviously, it makes sense now. Come on. Look, respectfully,
it's not like they just got rid of Douglas Luiz and they didn't really get a competent enough midfielder to really replace it, and also not even win the Conference League, but also Champions League quarterfinals.
Got an answer for you.
Would anyone surprise you if Villa go into the Europa League and then
they're busy doing orphanage settings, getting all these youngsters like Illing Jr.
Emery wins the Europa League after they get knocked out.
And who's the one that came from Eddie?
What you're doing?
Here's the thing. Wait a second. He threw a lot of shots in this
Yeah.
Okay, so like there's a lot of things that need to be addressed now. He's coming at, first of all, he came at my club, okay? When he came at my club, he's talking about how we're built and what we're doing. But at this current moment, my friend, you're doing the same exact thing. The kids that you bought are all unproven. You can't tell me anything that you've done in this window with that has been so proven players that everybody says that we need to go get. So you, first of all, only finished 5 points ahead of us, and now you have unproven players in your team. So I need you to just take a breath, okay? I need to take a breath, okay? Because there's things that need to happen for you, because Onana is not the same midfielder as Douglas Luiz. We agree or no?
Mm-hmm.
I do have a piece on Douglas, which I would like to continue.
Okay, that's fair. But Are they the same midfielder? Yes or no? No, they're not the same midfielder. I know the answer to the question. They're not the same midfielder. Onana's more of a ball driver. Now you don't have a distributor like you used to have. Douglas Luiz is one of the better distributors in this league right now, though. What's in the better distributor?
Oh yeah, he contributed a lot. He's a penalty taker.
This is my facts on Douglas. I feel like, and again, I feel like this will come to fruition.
Josh came ready tonight, boy. Give it on.
I believe
he's deep the whole season. He knows how it's.
Oh yeah,
I've seen him look at his notebook like 7 times.
Go on, Josh.
Douglas Luiz hit his ceiling, right? And Unai Emery had to make a decision. We had to get rid of one of our bigger players to comply with PSR, right? And so he had a choice of which player he felt was able to go. And I know I sound like a broken record when I say this, but I really do trust Unai Emery's decisions in this aspect. The same if he sells Moussa Diaby and takes in 60 minutes. We can't lose a Konsa or a Watkins or a Bailey or a Jacob Ramsey, in my opinion. Whereas I feel like Douglas Luiz, if you actually watched and deeped his last couple of months at Aston Villa, he was shocking. He was shocking. It came to a point where fans were genuinely, and it did happen, is when Callum Chambers came on in defensive midfield and came off Douglas Luiz against Liverpool.
Josh, is this really what you're doing?
What, last
Josh,
game
is
of
this
the season?
Is this really what you're doing? Because man dropped off in form, that means it's okay, we don't need him. All right, no problem.
Right, penalties is what made Douglas Luiz's stats look good. If you go on, if you give me what he's assisting and contributing, then it's another factor. Thank you. Because I actually think that Douglas Luiz, yes, was a good player, but I think, again, there is a higher ceiling for us to go and reach and achieve. Douglas Luiz doesn't get into that Brazilian national team, which is absolutely washed. Again, struggles to get in there. People like Bruno Guimaraes. Who do you say is better, Bruno Guimaraes or Douglas Luiz? Because
but that's not the point. That's not the point, though. Here, the point is the way that your system works.
See what Josh is trying to do, Joey. Know what he's trying to do.
Was go for it, Kuhn.
No. I'm gonna let you. I'm just gonna say one thing, and you take it from here. Because all he's trying to do. Because I know Josh weren't talking recklessly about Douglas last season, brother. He was just out, my guy, baller, and now he's like, oh, it's penalties, stat pattern, and this. Joe, I'm not saying that you're like it. You are wrong for selling him. Okay, I'm not saying that. Right. Like, if that's what you had to do, that's fine. Like, I understand that.
You just pulled that Philogene guy. Apparently, he's one of the best 1v1 players.
They got a good wingers. They got some decent
so much
wingers.
talent. They're just forgetting all the talent they're getting right now. Oh, yeah, that one as well. Yeah, and Barkley. Oh, yeah. Well, big things. Big things.
Yeah. Are you finished? Are you finished, by the way,
What
Josh?
is your midfield going to look like? What is the midfield going to look like, Josh?
World class. That's what it's going to fucking look like.
It's easy. It's going to be
bigger thing.
It's going to be Kamara and Onana, man. That's his trusted. Or Tielemans and Onana. That's the one of them. But we all know Tielemans can't last longer than 60 minutes in a game. On a high, I'm playing at a high level. Like, he gasses out too quick. Man's a chubby chubs, isn't it? It's like Luke Shaw, bruv. It's just one of those.
Do you know what though? People like Dutz, I can see he's going
I
like it because this is what fuels me. Because deep down, people just we're like getting flipped off. Like,
oil money. I'm good with fuel.
But no, it's genuinely. I just think there's a lot of people still sleeping on us. There's a lot of people who still aren't actually going to put us when they do these these Premier League predictions before the season starts. I think there'll be a lot of people who still will not have Aston Villa in their top 6. That's how I feel.
Oh no, top 6 I will. Top 6 I will. No, top 6 I will.
Yeah. Top 6.
Yeah.
That's
go on.
I feel like I always feel like with Newcastle, my whole thing with Newcastle was they got top 4. I think next time they should be looking at. Like, you should not be dropping out of the top 6. Like, you should, for me, once you're in the top 4, if you are a club making forward steps, you must be in the top 4 again, at least. Otherwise, it's a backward step. That's why I think last season, I know Newcastle will tell me that, they had injuries, and it is a valid point. But this is why I always say to Geordie Dredd that at the moment, we heard when Newcastle got money, we heard about ahead of the curve. First season, ahead of the curve.
Mm-hmm.
But that season, they're finishing 4th and they got to a cup final. The season after, They drop out the top 4 to where did they end up coming last season? Newcastle
8th,
8th, and they did get to a cup final.
Yeah,
They're not ahead of the curve anymore. They're now, if you really look at Newcastle, they're not. So I do hear you, and I will admit, I think Villa drop off, but I don't think they drop out the top 6. But I also do think next season's going to be harder because I think Chelsea 100%. Chelsea are going to have a better season than they did last season. United, I still think United will have a better season. Tottenham, I'm not so sure.
Who misses out top 6 then? Is it Spurs for you who drop out? Because if you go
right
Man
now,
City, Liverpool, Arsenal.
If I'm looking at Newcastle potentially and probably Tottenham, If I'm looking at Tottenham right now,
that window,
I'm underwhelmed with their window. Like for where they are and what
man.
That's it. That's all team. That's been their window.
One minute I hear Spurs being linked with someone.
Oh, Archie Gray. That's right, Archie Gray.
One minute I'll hear them being linked with someone. I think, all right, but then nothing seems to come of that. And next minute they go and get a player that I think is not an improvement on their squad.
Do you know what's interesting though? Yeah, Newcastle going back to 1 game a week as well, which is should empower them a little bit better. I mean, know what that might look like. And they retained all their players. They're going to include on top of those players. They get Tonali back as well. So I think Newcastle might be there in and around.
They got Eddie Howe.
Yeah, but I think they need to get rid of man like Joe Linton.
It is. You do look at...
No. Whoa. Kunle. Do you know how wrong you are with Kunle? Let me be real with you. Do you know how wrong you are with that, bro? You go and look at Newcastle last season. I know they had injuries and whatever beforehand, but it was the Joe Linton injury where they dropped off. Joe Linton, bro, for them is very important.
By the way,
I hear it. I hear you, but I was saying about Almiron. You see that season he had them numbers. I think Joe Linton and Almiron. I don't see them replicating those killer seasons they had. So I don't think he'll get that season again.
Joe
Linton's a bully,
but number 2.
Well, they're replacing Almiron.
Guys, Josh. Yeah, do you know what? I'm not even mad at Josh. Josh, I'm empowering you, bro. Do your thing, bigger things. Like ride the wave, bro. Like you remind me of it's like
Emery
because look,
and Eddie Howe. I think Emery's a better manager than Eddie Howe. I think that's
I'm not gonna lie. The whole 1 game a week thing needs to be put into account for them.
Yeah,
and I do believe Newcastle will get a
better. Tottenham.
Just ride the wave. Don't let anyone kill your fun.
Newcastle, I usually disrespect them. You know that, innit? That I usually disrespect Newcastle and I play it down. But 1 game a week, Newcastle. I think they're gonna have fresh Lewis Hall there. Livermento are gonna take the reins. I think they get another centre back. We're gonna get a nice, good right winger that can actually contribute. Joe Linton back and Joe Willock is huge for them, just away from their pressing alone.
Lucky Singh, I
actually think Newcastle will be a good threat. It's interesting next season. The thing is with Aston Villa, though, if we go back to that part, is without Douglas Luiz, you lose out on a certain amount of goals. But the thing is that Aston Villa did do last year is concede quite a lot of goals at the same time, especially for Unai Emery team. And that's where Nana comes in to fix that hole, in my opinion, to clean up because his ball recoveries are quite good. I'm not saying he's a DM, but they've got Kamara for that. But someone that can get you up the pitch quickly to get to Watkins or whoever it may be up front and the wingers. They've got these Philogene and Illing Jr. and all these, man. Clearly, he's going for press. I think a little bit of a different style, and that could be really game changing for them because you got to think about it. You can't play attacking gun ho the way he was doing last year. He's got to be more rigid to make sure he gets results. I think next year Aston Villa is all about results.
Sorry, not one with Newcastle.
Is Emery that guy?
I think it's going to be a much more competitive league next year.
Yeah,
I really think it's going to be a much more competitive league. I think everybody's going to be beating everybody a little bit more than it was last year. Like there's going to actually be some results where. Like with Arsenal, they didn't lose to really anybody but Villa and one time to Newcastle. Like it was like there's going to be more of those kind of results where the big.
You don't reckon 85 points wins the league?
And Fulham and West Ham, to be fair, but
something like that. I think, I do think that, something like that.
Yeah. That is good about Onana as well because we conceded so much from corners. We conceded, I think, second most goals in the Prem from corners or something.
That'll help too, yeah.
And our height, you look at last season, I know it's really plain and simplistic to say, but we had a small squad last season, real small squad. So just adding that height and presence in there with Onana, cleaning up headers at the front post, near post, just things like that will definitely help us because I'll sit to death.
I have to say though, Josh, I thank you for buying him.
Who?
Onana. So people in my club, as Deji would say, can stop saying he's the perfect partner for Kobe Mainu because don't get me wrong, You know that screams mid. Big up Drew Ward. He says Felix is on 12 million a year. He cost Chelsea 6.4 million wages for wage and 11 million on loan fees half a season. They want something similar. I believe his wage structure has now been changed, if I'm correct, from the time he was at Chelsea. Something got a new deal got signed in 2023. So that I think that was void past that. So Tyree says, just a shout out to Dax for following me back on Instagram. Thank you, mate, and big up Never a Foul. Tyree.
Love. Yeah, love
for that one. But yeah, man. So the last question really is for this then, Josh, is are you taking Liverpool's spot as it stands? As it stands.
Are you agreeing they've already taken your spot then, Cass?
What spot?
Oof. Wow.
No, what spot though?
Champions League.
You don't bother me because we're in the Europa League. People
No. I mean for next season, so you're not competing for top 4.
Do I think I'm going to finish above Villa?
Yeah,
100%.
Told you, man. You and Chelsea were finishing above you again.
I don't know about this time, mate. Remember, did you even beat us last year? Let me
Well,
know.
You did the double
you
over
sound-
fraudulent,
hey,
mate. You
You
did the
sound like
double.
hooked earlier. You sound like hooked earlier, bro.
Yeah.
This is league positions.
Yeah, yeah, it's great, but I'm just saying, Aston Villa. Even what about the year before? You beat us what? Okay,
No, we're not very good against. Yeah, we're not very good
Yeah,
against.
yeah.
you, but
Yeah, as long as you
That's-
recognize that, G.
Let's keep remember that. Double
Yeah,
over.
I'm glad I can let you remember that. But look, I'm not being funny. It's not that hard to go from 8th to 4th or 8th to 3rd. I can still get Champions
or
League.
third to 8th.
Yeah, it can go either way, bro. Hey, that's what I'm saying. People think seasons can't just go on and say not everyone. The thing is, we look at people's windows, right, or teams' windows, and we say like they're gonna get better. They must be better. But someone, 1 or 2 or 3, have to drop regardless, because that's just how football works. So what I can't see United and Chelsea going further down in points tally. Personally, I can only imagine it going improving on points tally, whether it's by 10 or 11 or 12. That might be just about enough.
Get better.
No, Aston Villa's points tally, like, do I see it going further up? I really don't.
No, but the reality is, Josh, if Josh finishes 7th and the Europa League, is he going to care?
But you don't have Europa League, though.
No, but they're going to get in there in February.
No, that's not how the new one works.
No.
Oh, don't work like that no more.
They're getting to the quarters anyway, bro.
Yeah, he said quarters.
Oh, swear down. Swear down.
Yeah, we're in the quarters. Yeah, I swear in the
So
quarters.
people don't drop from the Champions League to Europa no more.
Nope. Not anymore.
Yeah, I know flip flop on. I'm backing in your, so I back Ten Hag. I said that, but don't go on like I don't remember comments about you and Klopp when he was doing his shit face. Yeah, let them know, innit? Fence sitters, Roms, Jamie Phillips, all of you, man. So they're also your whole fan base is a flip flop.
People, before we move on to the next segment, which I would imagine is
It's coming home.
it's from Frankfurt to Berlin. Who the fuck is John McGinn? We've got Jude Bellingham.
Yeah,
Jude
Vindaloo.
Bellingham. People, there's nearly 600 of you in here. Only 192 likes. So let's give it one more check. Please check your like button. If it's not lit, please make sure you like it. We need it. It's pre-season. We're trying to do 2 shows a day. Get the numbers back up to where they were this time last year. Please check that like button for us. And now we can talk on actually. What's this? Love the debate. Yes. Appreciate that, Vindaloo. Even if I don't appreciate your badge.
Big up. What's it called? So this last little part is England versus Spain is tomorrow. The question is who's a believer and who's not a believer? Come on, you fraud.
I'm a hater.
Look, I want to hate because of how I feel since the last Euros. I was an England fan up until the last Euros, but the reality is England are there now. Like anyone that's against Southgate is a madman right now. Like, I don't hear no hate. The guy is in the freaking final, bro. Like as much as you hate his style of play, how he played in the group stages, all that, forget all that. You are in the final. This is the time. Like, and if I'm Southgate, it's an interesting scenario. If I win and I'm Southgate, I'm quitting in the press conference after the game, and I'm calling out all the man that chatted shit. Because everyone's been chatting shit about it.
Oh, that's the whole of England, literally.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, all of England.
I'm talking about like the ex-pros and stuff and previous managers. I'll just be saying, where is your major trophy? I quit, drop the mic, and go and spend the rest of my managerial career in Saudi cashing out. And no England manager is chatting shit to me for the rest of my life. Facts. That's what I would do if I was him. I think England might win it.
Do you know what? Yeah, I must say, by the looks of the last game, I remember I kind of was thinking it, but I heard someone say it before that sometimes you can't expect as a group of players to instantly gel like that, especially whereas other teams maybe seem to know their best 11. Southgate at the last chance was all of a sudden making a load of changes, playing players together that had never played there before. It does look by the last game like all of a sudden things started to click that little bit. I can't see us beat Spain. Have been the best team in this tournament, hands down. Right, for me, I think it was a shame that them and Germany ended up playing each other so early, because I think at that point they were probably the two best teams. Spain have easily been the best team of this tournament, but so I'm sitting looking at it, going, don't know how we can beat them. Then I'm thinking, do you know what? The way Spain can control games, and the way they saw out that semi-final just with game management, they can make it a long game against us. Now, first half in the semi-final we were mint. Second half we did look tired. Against a Spanish team, they could get us tired a lot quicker. But there's just this thing. So I'm naturally going Spain are winning this. But I'm getting these feelings inside where it just seems like, bro, in my whole lifetime, my first ever memory, for England, and one of my first ever football memories was 1990 when we went out on penalties against West Germany. Yeah, throughout my period as an England fan, we've never been that. We've often gone out of big tournaments on penalties. The other week, we went and scored 5 out of 5 in our penalties. Now that is not something I'm used to seeing, and all these little signs, I'm thinking, do you know what? This might be the year, it might be written in the stars. It really might.
It's coming home.
It's just this is against a Spanish team that I think can threaten anyone. I think if this Spain team do win this Euros, this could be the next dominant Spanish period.
They're coming up to a good period for them.
Yeah.
The reality is, football needs England not to win because haram football that Southgate's been playing. Do you know what I'm saying? Football needs Spain to win for the purity of football. But the reality is, if you look at England's best 11 is better than Spain's best 11. Let's not bullshit. England's best 11. Nah, bro. You can go through if you want.
That's facts.
It's better. I'm not saying they play better, but player for player, best 11 against best 11, England's starting 11 is better, bro.
Yeah, you're probably right. Probably.
Morning, boys! I hope you're up for a day.
Do you know what the maddest thing is? Yeah. So a lot of people were talking about. A lot of people are saying they're going to get bank holiday Mondays potentially, or work are telling people, you can work from home on Monday. Bro, I work for a certain Spanish bank. I ain't getting none of that. Bro, they are going to, if we win, they want me in. You are coming in to work. You are coming in. We're not giving everyone days off work because England beat Spain. I don't know. I just dare to dream, I guess. Dare to dream, but either way, listen, one of my players is getting another trophy against their name. So
me too.
Whether it be Rodri or whether it be Foden, Walker and Stones.
Yeah, same.
Same for you.
I can't lie. Declan Rice through ball to a Saka winner, bro. That would be poetry emotion, isn't it? Saka wins the trophy for England.
I can already see a Babs tweet about Rice over.
Do you know what? I'm going to be real.
Yeah.
If we win,
literally, bro.
Maybe this isn't a conversation, but for me, I think, do you know what? Gahey's probably been overall. We're going to say Gahey's maybe been our best player.
Oh, maybe, yeah, maybe not, yeah.
But I think Saka's been fucking brilliant this tournament, man.
Saying that Kobe
Mainoo came in a bit later, bro. I think
best player in the world.
I think Saka's been cold this tournament. I really do. I think he's been brilliant, and
he's cold every tournament to England, bro.
I can't lie. The long game don't Spain, man.
I think if we win this, look, there's a debate whether Saka's world class or not. I think.
If you win it's going to be dramatic.
Arteta's news saying Walker and Foden stay on side. Didn't Saka drift offside in the last game?
Oh, yeah, he's on twice. He scored 2 goals.
So let's not do this tit for tat. For me,
it was Walker, but don't do it anyway. Regardless, it was Walker that was offside. No.
I think Saka was last game as well, bro.
Yeah. So what's up?
But anyway, for me,
But anyway, yeah, it's a stupid comment.
I think for me, Saka has been far better than Bellingham this tournament.
Bellingham's been one of our worst players, mate.
And for me, Saka's been in our top 3 players this tournament.
100%.
Like I do think.
You know what? If Bellingham scores tomorrow, he's the best player in the world for me. I don't give a shit.
Who?
If Bellingham scores tomorrow, he's the best player in the world, by the way.
But if Saka scores tomorrow,
best player in the world.
Well, I was about to say, bro. I think this tournament. I think it's bro. You know what? The one thing you could say is, yeah, people have always said like the one thing they'll hold against Saka is trophies, right, bro? And maybe this, is he world class? Isn't he world class? Which I think is a bullshit debate anyway. But if we win it, bro, for me, there should no longer be that debate if Saka's world class or not, because he's gone and won us. Like he has been, like
and been a pivotal part of the team. Yeah.
Yeah. Bro, top 3 players for England this tournament for me.
Yeah. What's our predictions, anyways? Go on, Josh.
I said penalties. I said penalties. I just see another penalty shootout in the final.
1-1 penalties, yeah.
I can't do that.
I'm doing extra time England. The long game suits us. We got better players off the bench. I think that I don't think Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams can last the whole game. And after they come
he's not allowed to finish 90 minutes because he's only 16, bro.
Yeah, let's be honest. Is that a rule?
Yeah, that's a rule. Check it out. That's why he always comes off. He's never finished the game. He always comes off.
So because you're 16 years of age, but he's 17 now.
Oh, he's 17. Oh, he's 17. Finally 17. I've been wondering when this guy's gonna change age, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Hold on, what's this? He's not allowed to stay on the pitch for more than a certain amount of time.
I didn't know that was a rule. I didn't know that was.
Check it out. He's not completed 90 minutes this season, bro. Check it out.
Something someone said on Twitter.
I don't know, man. But all I know, yeah, is that as soon as them wingers come off the pitch or get tired, Spain, not for me, mate. Don't go on like Ozabal and fucking all these other lot of just Marino and all this. Who's the other one they like putting up front?
Bro, I'm just saying, bro, what are we saying about Rodri?
That's what I'm saying. There's bare man we don't know the name.
What
about Declan Rice dagger?
Bro, I'm just saying we've seen Rodri daggers before.
What about Kobe Minu, bottom bins?
That's what I think it's gonna be.
Saka top bins as well.
I think it's gonna be 2-1 Rodri dagger. 2-1 Rodri dagger.
If that happens,
I reckon it's actually going to be 1-0 England. It's going to be a stinky game, man. 1-0 England, bro.
Bro, do you know what? A Mano goal could be it, you know.
Yeah, I would love it. If that's the case, yeah, best player. That solidifies it. He's better than Seedorf at his age. But anyways, look, we're gonna end it there. You can see everyone's channels in their names, or you can find it in the description. We've got a miniature barbecue watch along for the England game tomorrow as well. So, and this time, hopefully, computer don't decide to bug, so you can see a nice set in there, man. But other than that, smash the likes on the way out. This guy,
quickly, last question. Sorry, quickly. Josh, if Ollie Watkins scores the winner tomorrow, do you see him staying at Villa?
Yes. We're Champions League, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. By the way, this is going to Josh's channel.
Big things.
Go over on Josh's channel and just say F the Villa or something like that. Hashtag F the Villa, and that's about it, man. And go subscribe to Josh's channel, man. And if anyone catches anything he says, let me know. Just let me know.
And finally, thanks to everyone, the panel, for coming on, and thanks to everyone for watching.
Yeah,
we will see you tomorrow. 11.
There you go.